1. A coexistence. Allegory, cultural references, societal commentary. Description. Allegory is a narrative style that conveys deeper meanings through symbolic figures and actions. Cultural references pertain to elements in a story that evoke specific cultural or historical contexts. Societal commentary is the aspect of a narrative that addresses larger social and political issues. Influence. Allegories often use cultural references to enrich their layers of meaning, providing depth to societal commentary. Societal issues discussed in the narrative make cultural references more relevant, and in turn, these references illuminate the allegories, creating a rich, interconnected web. Logical relationship. These elements are mutually reinforcing and interdependent. Allegories often draw on cultural references to convey societal commentary. In turn, societal commentary can inspire the use of allegories and cultural references to resonate more deeply with the audience. Insight. This triad underscores the importance of context in storytelling. Effective allegories are grounded in cultural references familiar to the audience, making societal commentary more impactful. Lesson. Understand the power of context. Incorporating cultural references into allegories can make societal commentary more relevant and impactful. Writers should be mindful of their audience's cultural background to enhance resonance and understanding. In the land of shadows and light, where stories whisper in the dead of night, a tapestry of tales begins to weave. In the loom of time, where we believe. Oh, allegories dance in the wind, with cultural threads that spin and blend, societal echoes in the night, weaving truth in shades of black and white. In every stitch a story's told, of ancient times and heroes bold, cultural echoes deep and vast, linking present to the past. In the fabric see the signs, the struggle of ages, the fall and rise. A commentary on our days, in each thread wisdom sways. Allegories in your dance teach us of chance, fate, and romance. Cultural whispers in the weave show the truths we must perceive. Look close and you may find the stories yours and mine. In the dance of shadow and light, our tale unfolds in the night. So listen well to the woven song, where allegories and cultures belong. In the tapestry wide and grand, we find our place and understand. 2A reinforcement, rhetorical questions, irony, audience engagement. Description. Rhetorical questions are queries posed for effect rather than answers. Irony involves saying one thing and meaning another, often in a humorous or poignant way. Audience engagement refers to the reader's or viewer's active, emotional, and intellectual involvement in the story. Influence. Rhetorical questions can heighten irony, making the narrative more engaging. Irony can captivate the audience, encouraging deeper thought and reflection, which can lead to a renewed use of rhetorical questions to continue this engagement cycle. Logical relationship. This is a cyclical relationship where rhetorical questions enhance irony, which in turn fosters audience engagement. This engagement encourages the further use of rhetorical questions, continuing the cycle. Insight. Engagement is key in storytelling. Using rhetorical questions and irony cleverly can create a more interactive experience, encouraging audiences to think critically about the narrative. Lesson. Engage your audience actively. Use rhetorical questions and irony not just for stylistic flair, but to provoke thought and encourage deeper engagement with the narrative. This makes the reading experience more interactive and memorable. In the theater of life, where truths collide, do we see ourselves in the characters that hide? In their words, an irony spun, reflecting a world coming undone. Oh, the questions we ask with no reply. In the dance of irony, where meanings fly. Engage your heart, engage your mind in the story's fold. What truths will you find? When the hero laughs as the world cries, isn't it strange how the truth lies? In every line, a question unseen. Is the world just a stage? Are we lost in a dream? Hear the echo of every rhetorical call. In the irony, find the rise and fall. In your thoughts, the story engages, turning life's simple script into pages. As we question the path the characters tread, is the irony found in the words left unsaid? Engage in the tale, let your thoughts take flight. In the silence, find the insight. At the play's end, when lights grow dim, do we find ourselves in the story's hymn? In the irony of life's grand jest, in the questions unasked, we find our quest. So listen close to the irony's song. In the questions, we find where we belong. In the tales we weave and the tales we engage, we find our truths on life's grand stage. 3. A causal, metaphor, tone, implication. Description. A metaphor is a figure of speech that symbolically represents another thing or idea. Tone refers to the overall mood or attitude of the narrative. Implication is what the story suggests or implies beyond its direct statements. Influence. Metaphors set the tone of the narrative, influencing how implications are perceived. The tone can subtly guide the audience towards certain implications, and the absence of metaphors can lead to a straightforward, less nuanced narrative. Logical relationship. Metaphors influence the tone, which shapes the implications of the story. Conversely, the absence of metaphor leads to more explicit narratives with fewer implications. Insight. The subtlety of storytelling lies in its ability to suggest rather than tell. Metaphors are powerful tools in setting the tone and guiding the audience to implied meanings, adding layers to the narrative. Lesson. Subtlety is key. Metaphors can set the tone of your narrative, leading to rich implications. Be conscious of your metaphorical language to guide your audience subtly towards the underlying meanings and themes of your story. In the garden of whispers where secrets bloom, do shadows speak of an impending doom? Metaphors dress the night in fear, setting a tone that's dark and clear. In the language of shadows, in the tone of the night, lies the unspoken, hidden from sight. In every metaphor, a truth's implication, a story told in silent narration. The sky weeps, does it mourn for us? In metaphorical tears, a story discusses, setting a tone of sorrow and plight, painting implications in the absence of light. Listen to the whispers of the metaphorical rain, feel the tone, embrace the pain. In implications, find the story's heart. In the unspoken, find the art. Through metaphors, the tone is cast. In the realm of implications, shadows are vast. In every symbol, a deeper sensation, a narrative born of imagination. When the wind sings, is it a tale of old? In its howling metaphor, what truths unfold? In the tone of the gale, implications dance. In the narrative's cadence, take a chance. So wander through the metaphor's embrace. In the tone of the tale, find your place. In the realm of implication, the story's soul. In the shadows of the unspoken, find the whole. 4. A nonlinear. Juxtaposition, contrast, theme development. Description. Juxtaposition involves placing two elements close together for comparative purpose. Contrast is the difference between these elements, highlighting their distinct qualities. Theme development is the process by which the central ideas of the story are elaborated and enriched. Influence. Juxtaposition directly impacts theme development by highlighting contrasting elements. And these contrasts, in turn, influence the way themes are perceived and developed in the narrative. Logical relationship. Juxtaposition impacts theme development by highlighting contrasts, which in turn influence the perception of themes. Insight. Contrasts are essential in storytelling for theme development. By juxtaposing different elements, writers can highlight various themes, making the narrative more dynamic and thought-provoking. Lesson. Use contrasts to highlight themes. Juxtaposition can be a powerful tool to reveal differences and similarities, helping to develop and clarify the themes of your story. It's a dynamic way to add depth to your narrative. In a world painted in shades of gray, do we see the sun or just the clouds fray? Juxtaposing light with the dark, contrasting dreams with realities stark. In the canvas of life, contrasts collide, juxtapositions leading the theme's tide. In every difference, a story is spun. Under the same sky, the many become one. Silence sings against the noise, peaceful whispers over chaos's voice. Juxtaposition shapes our view, contrasts reveal what's false, what's true. Watch the dance of night and day. In their contrast, themes find their way. In the meeting of opposites, stories grow. In the canvas of life, colors show. Through contrasts, the themes evolve. In the juxtaposition, mysteries solve. In the clash of different hues, we find the themes, the varied clues. In the smile masking tears, joy juxtaposed with fears. In contrast, the theme's voice is found. In the depths of silence, meanings abound. So look closely. See the art. In the contrasts, narratives start. In the juxtaposition, themes unroll. On the canvas of contrasts, find your soul. 5. A inclusive. Anecdotes, narration style, emotional resonance. Description. Anecdotes are short, interesting stories within the narrative. Narration style is the method by which the story is told. Emotional resonance is the ability of the story to evoke feelings in the audience. Influence. Anecdotes influence the narration style, which affects how the audience emotionally connects with the story. The emotional resonance encompasses both anecdotes and narration style, enhancing the impact of the narrative. Logical relationship. Anecdotes influence narration style, which affects emotional resonance. This resonance, in turn, encompasses both anecdotes and narration style. Insight. The emotional impact of a story often hinges on how it's told. Personal anecdotes can deeply affect the narrative style and emotional appeal, making the story more relatable and engaging. Lesson: personalize your storytelling. Use anecdotes to shape your narration style, which in turn can enhance the emotional resonance of your story. This approach can make your narrative more relatable and emotionally impactful. In the tapestry of life's great tale, every thread and anecdote woven frail. In the way the stories are told lies an emotional journey, bold. Hear the echoes of the heart in every line. Through anecdotes, the emotions entwine. In the style of the narrative's embrace, find the resonance, the human trace. In a memory's whisper, a story unfolds. In its telling, the heart's narrative holds. The style of the tale, a river's flow, carrying emotions we all know. In each small story, a piece of us lies. In the narrative's voice, our spirit flies. In the resonance of feelings shared, we find a connection deeply ensnared. In the whispers of anecdotes softly spoken, in the style of tales, emotions woken. In the resonance, find the key to the heart of the story, the soul set free. From laughter's echo to tears' descent. In the narrative style, emotions are lent. Each anecdote a fragment of life, in their telling, joy and strife. So listen to the stories, feel the beat. In the anecdotes and styles, hearts meet. In the emotional resonance, find your part. In the echoes of the narrative, find your heart.